Tiffany,
Hey, hey.
wait, I want to see your sweater because now I'm
Oh,
having sweater envy.
you want I have a follow-up boss shirt,
Oh, so
as you
cool. Oh, it's a
know.
shirt. I thought it was a sweater.
It
That's
is a
cool.
shirt with a little jacket on top because it's cold.
Where are you at?
Virginia Beach, east coast of Virginia, technically Cape Charles, but nobody's gonna know where that is.
Okay, makes sense. I'm in Newbury Park and I'm literally next to Malibu, but nobody knows Newbury Park. So I was saying,
Yeah.
Mountain, same thing.
Yep. Virginia Beach, Virginia. There you go. We got
Yeah.
some snow on the ground here, and that's really rare for us.
Wow.
Having the 2-inch snow apocalypse right now. It's what happens. Kids are out of
Build
Where
school,
are you
so hopefully
located?
nobody runs in. Yeah.
Where
little
are you
snow.
located?
Virginia Beach.
It's okay. Okay. Yeah, it's -7 here in Michigan.
Sounds awful.
Yeah,
Sounds
it's
like
beach
shorts
weather.
weather.
Flip
Shorts
flop.
weather.
I'm ready. I'm ready. All right, Tiffany, follow up boss. What do you have for us today?
All right. I am going to give you guys some good content. Uh, I'm going to hit the wrong button to start with. Let's start
Good
there.
start.
Yeah, good start. Let's do that. All right. So we're going to talk about choosing a tech stack.
Okay.
And what you need to do to choose your tech stack. But we're going to go through some features of Follow Boss along the way. So hopefully there'll be some good value here. I'm going to cover 3 things in this session. One is going to be a philosophy of, kind of how to think about your technology. The second is going to be a process to evaluate your technology. And then we're going to go in some actions you should take along the way. So hopefully you guys will get some value out of it. All
We know
right.
we
Well,
will.
what's that?
We know we will.
All right. Good deal. Good deal. Well, let's jump right in. So first of all, I will do a quick little introduction on who I am. I am Tiffany Gilzenis. I am the realtor in residence for Follow Up Boss, but I'm also a team leader. So I'm in the business. I'm running a team out of Virginia Beach, hands-on every single day with the stuff that we're doing as real estate agents. So kind of 2 perspectives here, one from the tech side with Follow Up Boss and the other from actual industry practice. And I'm going to start this presentation again with kind of philosophy here, but I'm going to start it exactly where you guys think every single tech presentation should start. Okay. And that
Sure.
is with heat lamp pizza.
Oh yeah. Wait, which one
All
of
right.
those is your favorite?
Yeah.
Nick?
So none of them, because
Oh,
it all looks disgusting.
Oh,
So
we call them hot and readies here in Michigan.
hot and
hot and
ready.
ready's, yeah. So, and this is like, this isn't just any heat lamp pizza. This is heat lamp pizza that you find at a buffet, right? So let's just say you're talking to your family and you want to go out and you're like, I want to go get some really great pizza. So are you gonna go to the King's Buffet for your pizza?
7-Eleven.
Probably, right? You're going to walk up there and you're going to see the crusty cheese and probably 3 other people have touched that slice, if not 10. That's not where you're going when you really want pizza, right? You're going to Antonio's. You're going to Antonio's wood-fired pizza. And why are you going to Antonio's? You're going to Antonio's because Antonio has spent his life in his craft. He has spent day in and day out perfecting his sauce, perfecting his crust. So if you're really wanting great pizza, you're going to Antonio's, not to the King's Buffet, right? So let me tie this together and let me tell you why I'm talking about this, because this is the same with technology. You have a choice when it comes to technology. You can choose an all-in-one, your buffet, or you can choose technology that is specialized and people that focus on their craft. You can choose best in class and then a way to tie all those things together, or we like to call it integrate, right? So that's what we're going to get into today with Follow Up Boss and best in class technologies that you can tie together to make a sophisticated system and process to run your real estate business so you can evolve and change with the times.
Really quick, Tiffany, I just want to know because I'm curious. Everyone that's listening in right now, I need to know what your favorite pizza place is, and I'll start.
Yeah.
I've got a local place. even though it's a brand, it's a franchise. It's called a Mechie's. But the way they do it here, I'm in California, so yeah, I probably don't know pizza very well. But a Mechie's here, damn, with the ground beef, for me, that's what does it. All right, everybody, let me know what your favorite pizza place is. Tiffany, what about you?
Yeah, favorite pizza place. We've got a local spot here called Dead Rise Pies. They are my favorite pizza place. They have an amazing white pizza that is to die for. That's my favorite place. Yep.
Nick, do you have
That's
a good
that.
place in Michigan or no?
Well, no, because Michigan pizza sucks. Um, there's nothing better than a giant foldable slice of New York City pizza. I don't care where it's from. If you can't fold it, it's not pizza. There you go.
All
I'll
right.
agree with that statement as well. For sure, Nick. You can't fold it, it's not pizza. I agree. All right. Awesome. So let's talk about your tech tools real quick. So and I'd like to see some posts in the chat too. In fact, I'm going to open the chat, which normally distracts me, but I'm going to open it right now because I want to see what you guys are saying. How many tech tools do you use in your business? I'd
Mm,
love to see some ideas. Is it 5? Is it 7, 10, many? Okay, Jean, I'm in that same court. Many is the answer. How many tools do you have? The average, and I honestly don't remember where this came from, just to be fully transparent, the average is 11 tools that every single real estate agent uses. So the
damn.
average agent uses 11 tools. Now, I want you to think about that a little bit with what you're doing every single day. How many times are you opening that tools? What are those tools? What are you doing with them? But the average is 11. So we've established that we use a lot of different tools, right? So the issue with that is that technology is changing and the speed of technology is overwhelming. So the latest and greatest tools are evolving every single day. How many of you guys have shiny object syndrome? That you've bought a new tech tool this year just because it looked cool,
Every
right?
day. My wife gets
Every
mad.
day. Every day we do this. And
Yep.
how many times do you purchase a tech tool that doesn't actually fit into your business strategy?
Every other day.
Yes. Yes. So we're going to jump into that. And there's not just one way to do your business, right? So this is actually from the 2023 NAR technology survey. And the thing that I found interesting with this is that the path to success is really varied. So if you look at this graph, and this is just 3 examples, and there were many in the report, but if you look at this graph, it shows that just as many people that use one technology and they say it's absolutely adamant and so important to their business, an equivalent number of people say that they don't use that. So that shows that in real estate, there is no one path to success. Your neighbor might be just as successful or more successful and not doing anything the same as that you're doing, right? So that's just
True.
another reason why it's important that you have a system where you can tie different types of technology together that work together in an integrated fashion, right?
Yep.
So we've confirmed you have a lot of tools as real estate agents. We've confirmed that you swap them out regularly, that maybe you buy shiny objects that you shouldn't buy, and that there's multiple paths to success, right? So there's one other thing I want to point out. And I think I'm going to get a lot of people to agree with me on this. The most painful thing to do as a real estate agent, as a team leader, is to change CRMs. Agree or disagree?
This is so true. I hate
Yes,
it. This is the worst thing. It's
it's
like
the worst
moving.
thing.
It's like I hate moving. It's like
Yes,
actual moving.
yes. It disrupts your business. It disrupts your daily workflow. It's distracting. So why do we handcuff ourselves to an all-in-one where we can't tie in the best-in-class technology into an integrated system? All right. One more thing on that, and then we're going to get in out of the philosophy and into the evaluation process, which I think is going to be helpful for everybody. So this is just a quick statistic, and this is from a survey that we did amongst our customers, Follow Up Boss's customers. 83% of Follow Up Boss customers report using their integrations daily. So that means they're tying things together into our system. They're not just using our system as a database. And 48% of them say they use them all the time and can't live without them. So our integrations, our integration partners, these companies that we work with, are the lifeblood of our business. How we all work together is the lifeblood of our business. So let's get rid of the philosophy. We've laid some fundamentals, and let's move into the evaluation side, and let's talk about where do you start? How do you evaluate your tech stack? Okay. All right. So I'm going to give you a 5-step process, and write this part down, but I'm also going to give you something you can screenshot or take a picture of. But there's a 5-step process to evaluate your tech stack. And the first step in that is to assess. So you need to assess your tech stack. So you're going to start a spreadsheet, and you're going to list out every single tool that you have. And when's the last time you actually thought about this? How many times have you actually written down like what tools you have? I know, like for me, I'll see it ding on my credit card when I had an annual subscription to something and I forgot that I even set that up, right? So, because it happens a lot of times because we sign up for tools all the time. Well, as part of this assessment, this initial stage, I want to give you a little bit of a framework to think about. And this is what we call a life cycle funnel or a bow tie funnel. So we're all familiar with the traditional real estate funnel, right? Where you have leads that come in the top, and then hopefully, if everything goes well, the contract comes out of the bottom, right? And that is the end of the real estate funnel. No, it's not. Not if you do it right, because there's also this most important part at the end, which is the staying in touch part. And that's where you start to get this growth loop. If you can stay in touch with your clients, your past clients, you're going to get more business from them. They're going to transact with you again, and you don't have to start at this awareness section and keep going through the selection. They're just going to become clients for life. And then they're going to give you referrals, and that's where this growth loop really starts to take off, and you're really growing your business big time there. So what you need to do is you need to take that list of your tools and tie those tools into one section of this loop, of this funnel, of this bow tie funnel. Where does the tool serve you? That's step one in assessing the process. Where's the tool serving you in this funnel of gaining a client from awareness to staying in touch with the client? Tristan, you look like you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I love that. Actually, you could create, Tiffany, this is awesome. You could create like a sheet with like notes under each one so that we can fill it in and be like, oh, I know. Right, this is great. Great job on this.
You're like reading my mind in like 2 slides. So
Oh,
it's good
there you go.
stuff.
Sorry.
No, I love it. It's fantastic. It's
I
good.
take notes, so I'm like, oh, this is good. So
Yeah. So where's the tool serve you? And some tools are going to serve you in multiple areas, right? So it might be that you have, I'll use Ylopo as an example. You might have Ylopo, and Ylopo you use for the awareness part of the funnel in branding ads, but you also use it in the selection part of the funnel for your prospecting, right? So are they going to select me in remarketing and those kinds of things? And you can also use it for staying in touch on the tail end with some of the reports, seller reports, and those things. So it is possible that a tool might serve in multiple sections of this bow tie funnel. So keep that in mind as well. The next step of this 5-step process is to evaluate, right? So the evaluation process, we're going to go through 4 questions that you need to ask. And you can ask yourself, you can ask your team, you can create a survey and send it out to your team. But these are 4 very important questions you need to ask about every piece of technology that you have. And those questions are, what's the purpose of this tool? How many times, if you're running a team or even if you're a solo agent, doesn't matter, but how many times do you ask somebody, hey, why do we have Sierra? Why do we have call action? And they don't know what the purpose of the tool is. That's a training issue, right? or an awareness issue for your team, but you need to be aware of those things. So what is the purpose of the tool? How often do you use it? Do you use this tool every day, every week? Rarely? Never? How often is it used? Do you even know the login? What is the current value of the tool? So, and this is a scale of 1 to 5, right? A scale of 1 to 5, what's the current value of this tool? 5 being very valuable, 1 being not very valuable. And then what's the potential value? And the difference between current value and potential value is current value is how much of the tool are you actually using? Potential value is you know there's more to it, you just aren't using it all. And the important thing is to identify that gap between current value and potential value. So if you have something that has a low potential value and you're at the current value, then maybe that's not the best solution. Maybe there's something else you should be looking for. But if it has a high potential value, but you're not using all of that, your current value is a 2, your potential value is a 5, maybe you need to spend some time looking at that tool and optimizing it, right? So this is the example of this spreadsheet that I put together in evaluating our tools. And I did use Follow Up Boss in a couple of sections there because I do think that it does fit in multiple categories of that bow tie funnel. And this was, again, just an example, but creating that spreadsheet that says, what's the tool? What area does it serve in my business out of those 6 areas on the dropdown? What's the current value rating on a scale of 1 to 5? What's the potential value rating? And then the last section is what's the priority rank? And we're going to get to that in a little bit, but that's going to get into like, where do you feel like you have gaps in your business? Because what you're going to find when you lay all of this out and you actually put it into a service area, you're going to find that you have some areas that have gaps. You might be over leveraged in one area and under in another. And you need to kind of balance some stuff out. You need to fill those gaps. But the first step is assessing that and evaluating it. So then the third step is integration. So integrate. Are your tools integrated? So are you using them? Are they integrated? Do they work together? Do you have them connected? Have you set it up? And then the fourth step is to optimize. So this is where we take that current value and potential value. Are we fully realizing the value of this tool? And if we're not, then we need to pick 1 or 2 things to focus on. You can't focus on everything all at once. You can't eat the entire elephant. So pick 1 or 2 things, again, based off that priority column of where do we need to spend the most time working right now, and maximize to that potential value as much as possible. There's never going to be a world where we are taking full advantage of every single tool that we own, because we also have to make sure that we're taking advantage of it in the way that our business strategy runs. Because again, if you remember that slide back at the beginning, there's multiple ways to run this business and we don't all do it the same way, which means we don't all have to use the same functions of every single tool that we have.
True.
And then the 5th step, and this might be the most important step in this evaluation process, is to eliminate. Eliminate the tools that don't serve your needs. Get rid of them. Get rid of the noise. Get it out of the way. All right. So we've gone through the philosophy. We've gone through the process, the evaluation process. So now we're going to put some things in action, and I'm going to show you a few more things about how all of these things can work together.
Show us the magic.
All right. So my question to you guys, and again, please put in the chat, do you know where your business will be and what your business will need in the next 2 to 3 years?
It's a tough one. I mean, if I'm answering that honestly, I'm not sure that I fully do.
Well, that's good, because that's the answer, because nobody does.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody really knows. We can model it and we can map it and we can, try to plan, but it can't be 100% correct. Let's talk about AI.
Yeah.
Look at what's happened with AI just in the last 12 months. Look at what's
Yeah,
happened
the
in the
last
last 3
session.
months.
Look at the last session. I was like,
Yes.
whoa.
Whoa. Yeah. There's new tools coming out all the time. There's new opportunities. The market changes. There's all these kinds of outside pressures that happen. We don't know what tools we're going to need, which is why we need to have flexibility.
Yeah.
And that's why the philosophy of an open operating system is important, because that can shift and evolve, and we can plug different tools in when we need to plug them in, which brings us to that word integrate. And I'm gonna make this, I'm gonna say dumb it down a little bit, but I don't really think I'm dumbing it down. I want to define this word, because I think that a lot of times in real estate, we throw around terminology and we don't really think about what the terminology means. We throw around the word, integrate your systems together, or integration partners, or automations, or AI, any of those things. But we need to think about, what is that definition? And the definition of integrate is to bring together or incorporate parts so that they become a whole. So you're bringing things together so that they can work together as one. And I think that that is an important definition, because if you're just plugging things together, but they're not working together, then you haven't fully integrated, and you certainly haven't optimized. So I wanted to define that. And then I want to talk about what that means and how things are integrated. So we've all heard of an API, right? So we know what an API is. And you hear tools talk about having an open API. And that is one way that you can integrate tools or connect tools together, is to have an open API. But it's not just about having an open API. It is also about how easy is it to program to that API. How much of it is open? Is the whole thing open, or can you only get 5 or 6 different fields if you try to tie things together? And then also, what about all these other ways that you can tie information together? So I'm going to go through these really quick and just define them and talk about why they're important. So webhooks. Webhooks are real-time notifications. It's a two-way exchange of data. You're pushing and pulling information from one system to another. This is how you get showing notifications and property inquiries and those kinds of things. A pixel is what syncs activity from your IDX, from your website, into your CRM. This is how you get those property views and favorites and all of those kinds of things. Embedded apps. Embedded apps are a way that you can have one system show up within Follow Up Boss, within another system, without having to log out and log back in or change over. It's right there within the view of the screen. Email parsing, the ability to bring in leads from any source that emails you a lead, so that it all lands in your CRM so that you work it. How many times do you miss an email with a new lead notification when it doesn't show up in your CRM? Then there's integrated inbox. This is a relatively new feature for Follow Up Boss, but integrated inbox allows you to have all of your communications in one place. And I'm going to show you what that looks like in this. Well, is it playing? Yes, it is playing. Okay. I'm going to show you what this looks like. So integrated inbox is all of your communications in one place. This is your Ylopo Raya messages showing up in your CRM. This is your call action responses showing up in your CRM. This is street text, etc. This is all of these tools, Real Scout, showing up in your CRM. And then you get the opportunity to not only have all of your communications in one place, but use those communications to build out your process. So what does it look like when we put it all together? I'm going to give you an example of what a high-powered integration in Follow Up Boss looks like. And this is our Zillow integration, but I'm also going to show you what it looks like if you're not with Zillow, so you don't have to worry about one thing or the other. So here you go. Here's an example. This is where your activity comes in, your property views. You have activity on when they're active. This person's currently active, but they're most active on Mondays at 11. So when should you call them? Should you call them while they're making dinner, or do you call them when they're active on Zillow and they're thinking about buying a home? It's going to give you the specs of what you're looking at. So this demonstrates right here the embedded app. So this is on the right side panel in your Follow Up Boss. It also demonstrates the pixel activity of showing the activity of property alerts and those kinds of things coming in. And then it'll also show you the integrated inbox where Zillow communications come in through the Premier app. So this is just one example of an integration that we have that's very sophisticated. But that's not all. We have other insights that drive action. And I took this little jump share video about an hour ago from my own CRM. So this is right in here with me working. So here's what happens. You have a lead that comes in, they have activity going on. Oh, they looked at a change notification in Sierra. They favorited 4 properties. Oh, they're looking at, okay, really low budget, but they looked at that house 6 times. Look at that, 6 views on that house. Do you think I need to respond? And then this is something that's not out to everyone yet, but the AI summary, I should have that video on repeat play probably so you can see it again, but I'll play it again. But the AI summary is what shows you the highlight of what is going on with a lead all in one summarized place.
Nice.
Pay attention to the tags too while I've got this up. This isn't just tags from one system. This is tags in that one lead. There were tags from 3 different integration partners, and this person has only been in our system for a week or so. So by tying all of those systems together, all of those integrations together, we can then use those tags and we can use this information to build out our smart lists, which are our consolidated lists of people that we need to talk to. So this is how you marry all your insights together. This is how you take your Real Scout notifications, your YLOPO, your Fellow, your Street Text, your call action, your own IDX, your everything you have, any integration. We integrate with over 300 partners and marry them all together into the most prioritized prospecting and follow-up lists. That's how you optimize your system, and that's how you know what to work on every single day. Boom. So what are your takeaways? I hope you'll evaluate the tools that you have.
Yeah. That was my takeaway, honestly. I loved because we have the Bowtie funnel. I have it in my book, all the whole process.
Awesome. Yeah.
But one thing I love though is taking the tech and identifying where it goes and grading it and being like, wait a second, is it as powerful as I thought? And boy, am I even using it? I love that. So that was my takeaway.
Yeah. Awesome. So yeah, use all the integrations available and have an open operating system.
Thanks.
So,
appreciate it.
Yeah, that's what I've got. And I will leave you with machine efficiency and human empathy work together. So you can have all the tools in the world, but those tools are designed to just alert you so that you know when to make connections with your customers and clients and use your human empathy to truly make your business thrive. And then we've got a QR code for a free trial if you're interested in that.
Scan the QR code, everybody. And if you want to get a hold of Tiffany, how do we get a hold of you?
You can follow me on Instagram. Tiffany_Gilzenis is my name there. Or you can email me at tiffany.gilzenis@followupboss.com.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much, Tiffany. We love that you were on. And we are going to move on to our next person. His name is Burton with PropStream. So guys, scan that one more time, and then we are good to go.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. You did an awesome job, Tiffany. I took some good notes, so thank you.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Talk to you guys soon.
Thanks.